With me right now on Let's Think Aloud, we have Samira Kopikarna. Samira, you have been around for a decade or so. In fact, you started with as a songwriter, music director, composer, singer, and it gives me great pleasure, honestly, to have a female do all of these things for a decade, and then you finally, I believe, got your break in 2015 with the film NH10.
And thanks for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. My grandmoms, both of them, maternal, paternal, in Karnataka classical singers and Hindustani. And also, my maternal grandmom used to sing on the radio. And in those days, of course, it was like live singing. So classical singing has been in my system somewhere, in my DNA. And that apart, my father was, he passed away some time back, unfortunately. But he was very passionate about music. He was a cardiologist, but he used to live and breathe music. So there was Beatles, Ravi Shankar, a lot of music playing at home. So as a child, I had exposure to so much of music, and I sort of gravitated towards it naturally, somewhere. So in fact, my parents got me into training at a very young age. I think at around 4, 5. And of course, when you're that tiny, you don't like that regimented, going for classes. I remember crying and, throwing tantrums. But today my mom says, see, thanks to that, you have a good base. so yeah, that's how the journey began. I feel, very well framed question, I would say, because not many people are aware about how much effort goes into music composing and music direction. And the toughest part, I would say, is not just juggling with probably interacting with so many people and keeping everyone's egos at bay. I think that is the really tough part, because a lot of times you feel everyone there, it's happened before that where a director wants something else, maybe the superstar in the film wants something else, maybe the producer wants something else, there's a music company. So balancing between all these entities, it is quite a challenge, but I enjoy it because I understand that, see, making music for yourself is very easy. It's not difficult, because then it's an expression of what you feel or your ideology. But when you're making music in the context of a film, it is very challenging, because you have to be true to the script of the film, the characters. It's an experience in itself, and I enjoy that entire experience. That whole, like the last film I composed for Lal Kaptan, I was given the script of the film a year before the film was even shot. And I actually lived that script. It was a very dark and, it was a very different kind of film. So in fact, I remember the first time I read the script, I couldn't sleep for 2 nights, because there's so much bloodshed and so much. And then, to actually internalize that and then, come up with the music. And the director, Navdeep Singh, once the film was ready, he asked me to come and watch the film. And me and my team of lyricists, we all went and watched it. And that really helped us. It gave us, we got a lot of motives, we got a lot of inspiration after watching the film. So I think it's a beautiful process. I enjoy it. Feeling of creating a background score or songs, whereas a moment or a few hours before there's nothing, and then suddenly there's a song. There are lyrics, there's a tune, there are instruments, and then in a few days there's an entire song, and then it comes alive at some point on a big screen, which is fabulous. It is a beautiful process. And as you know, in India, Bollywood is the biggest platform. I think that is what, of course, today there are web series and other platforms, but music in India, which is you would say large scale, which has a lot of reach, is Bollywood. So that is one thing that I have been concentrating on. And that apart, I keep doing my singles and other things. But yeah, for a very long time, actually, this didn't strike me before this pandemic hit and this lockdown happened. And I think sometimes to, take your feeling of being low or your adversity, if you can convert it into a challenge and push yourself beyond your comfort zone or boundaries, I think one can do something which is very different. So I always felt, you always feel you always feel I'm too young to teach right now. I'll do it later when I retire. That's the whole mindset. But I think during the lockdown, I went through a very low phase, creatively. There was a time when I was only doing my riyas and my exercise and keeping that going to just have some sense of sanity and serenity, because I was just feeling disoriented, as would have so many other people. And then a thought struck me, that why not share whatever knowledge that I have gained through my gurus, through my teachers over the years. And today, there's so many there's the medium of online. People are doing workshops through Zoom or other methods, and even one-on-one. I said, why not share that? Because if I can help other singers become better, and I honestly didn't even, it wasn't a thought about making money or something like that. It was just about being able to make other people's lives better and help them to improve their skill. So I said, why not? And let's make it fun. So I said, I work out regularly. So I said, why not do a vocal gym? And, I've got a good response, and I'm planning to do maybe one every couple of months. Not because teaching is not my main focus, but it is something which, I think sharing knowledge, because I think students or sharing knowledge can give birth to a teacher. It's the other way around. And that's the way I approached it, and that's how it happened. Industry, of course, like right now, because of the pandemic, things are even, possibly tougher. There's, so much work, and there's so many people vying to get that work. But even otherwise, I would say everyone has to pay their dues. Everyone who comes here, people have to struggle, and it is not easy. It seems very glamorous. I have a few friends who are from other towns or other cities, and they say, oh, we want to come there and we want to, but it's not so simple. And I would say I'm blessed that I have a home in Bombay. For people who come from out, who have to pay rent, who have expenses, I have friends who are lyricists who have gone back to their hometowns, to their parents' house, because they can't afford to stay here now. So it's not easy. But I wouldn't say that it is impossible. I would say that one has to view it in. One cannot be idealistic. So if one comes to Bombay and says, I want to make it as a lyricist, as a singer or a composer, one has to figure out your bread and butter. So we call it among my friend circle, we have a term. We call it a double track, in the sense our bread and butter has to be sorted, and parallelly music for one's soul, for oneself, that also has to happen. So bread and butter. So a few of my friends, what they're doing is, all the work that you do, you cannot enjoy. That 80-20% rule. So possibly 80% of the work you may do to sustain yourself, but 20% possibly could be the kind of work you would love doing. So I would say anyone who's coming here has to be realistic, has to have an open mind. They have to be ready to struggle, to network, to get out there, to, send your work to people aggressively. If possibly, sometimes people may not even listen to your work or see your work for a while, but one cannot get disheartened. I have gone through a lot of struggle, in spite of being from here. So I can imagine how tough, and I have friends who, they find it really tough at times. But one has to be very emotionally strong. You have to be like a rock if you come, and I think it comes to people because if they're passionate about what they want to do. But you just have to be, one has to be realistic. That's all. And this whole thing of one has to be prepared to be open to doing different types of work. And today is not a bad time. In fact, it's a fairly good time. With web series, with films being made for OTT platforms, there are jingles, so for writing, for singing, for composing, there are various different avenues. So one has to be open. I'm willing to do all this kind of work, and probably this part of it will be the part I'll enjoy, what happens is a lot of, I've come across a lot of musicians or singers, female singers, who like to compose. but then they would rather do it for their own song or own album, because as you framed a question earlier that why, how come there aren't too many singers and too many composers who are female. I would say possibly there are, but it's not easy. See, for a woman in any profession to balance the home, to balance, so many different things. And as the earlier question about how challenging the task of a music composer or director is, I think, and also there's a lot of politics here, because see, with singing, what happens, and I also sing. I sing for other composers as well. So I have colleagues who are just singers, and they say, female singers, they say we could compose, but it's too much of responsibility, यार हमको नहीं करना है, और बहुत सारा politics है. We want to sing the song and do our shows and be done with it. A few of them, and a few of them also say ये ज़्यादा glamorous है, इसमें, that is, I'm saying, one section of people. Then there's another set of friends who they want to write, they want to sing and compose, but it's tough to get work also. It's not easy. So for someone to sustain, shows is a more lucrative way, because that is probably now, because of the pandemic, it's slow, but I'm saying otherwise that is something more regular and something that people feel is more viable, commercially. So yeah, I admire people like even a Pritam Chakravarti, or it's taken years. It's not like a few years. It's taken a couple of decades. Even Amit Trivedi or other people in the industry, Shankar Ehsaan Loy, they've been around, and even for them to get their first few breaks, it's taken maybe 5 to 10 years. It's not so simple. So it's a whole lot of factors. But honestly, I have not come across that many active music composers who are doing film work or advertising work or, background scores. They're very, very few. Melody and good lyrics has been very important. There was a time when I started off that a few people in the industry encouraged me, and some people even discouraged me. They said, if you are known as a singer, if you become a composer, you'll not get work. I was actually discouraged. There were people who even tried to pull me down. But I said, no, this is what I feel I'm meant to do, and I will get work, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Stoicism. I'll be stoic. Stoicism. I believe in that. So I just stuck to that, and where I see myself in a decade, I would say first let's start with the kind of music I like to do is, as I said, music which has melody, good lyrics, something even in terms of a fresh sound. I like to keep reinventing my sound, from time to time. In the context of a film, what happens is one, of course, creates music which is also in sync with the vision of the director or the filmmaker, and one has to be true to that. But even there, I don't like to just do run-of-the-mill kind of music. I like to bring some freshness, something new, something which is interesting, which is inspiring. That is my intent, is to keep creating music which will inspire people and reach out to people. In a decade's time, see, I feel the industry is changing right now. There are a lot of, in fact, I think it's brilliant that there's so many filmmakers or content makers who are creating different kinds of content, be it short films, be it web series, films. They're topics which are very unusual. If you see in the last few years in Bollywood, everything from surrogacy, a gay couple. Bollywood has, it's come out of the closet, I would say. So many things which you can't even imagine that in India such content is created, and the freedom that content creators get on OTT platforms, they can create even more freely. They can create content like this, So I think that would also give music composers or music directors, space, or give them the motivation, inspiration to create music which is very different and very diverse. So I'm looking forward to that. So as the industry will keep progressing, so feature films, of course, in India are not going to change the whole theatrical release. That is always going to be there. But parallelly, this industry is also growing, and I'm looking to do all kinds of work. But in my sort of understanding, good music. दुनिया के दस्तूर से दूर है तू, मेरे नैनों का सारा नूर है तू, मेरी सांस के हर मोड़ पे, सपनों के छोर पे, देख सिर्फ तेरे है निशान, ए बैरागी तेरी लागी लागी रे, है बैरागी तेरी लागी लागी रे, लागी रे, लागी रे.